the Cosworths are up front after qualifying as they complete their warm-up laps behind the Subaru pace car.
The lights out on the pace car, which means they are ready to go. The pace car will pull off down the pit lane, and then with the drop of a flag at the start finish, we will have a start. Holding station at the moment, the flag drops and the race is on, and a superb jump out from the second row by Holfeld as they go into Lodge. Kellett and Holfeld touching. Frank O'Rourke loses, spins off in the background. Everybody with their brakes on, but the Cosworths, everybody safely through, and that's miraculous that Frank didn't collect somebody and take them with them. But look at this here, the Cosworths up front, Leonard diving, 2 Peugeots out, Miller hits the bank, and David Kidd, the championship contender, catching on to the back of the field there as they zoom out. Remember, conditions very, very slippy indeed. And from our in-car camera at BARRABLE, he dives to the outside. You'll see the brake lights come on. Watch to the left-hand side. You see Frank heading for the grass. BARRABLE locks up, just catches the bank there, but keeps it all in one piece. But already Michael Cullen jumping into the lead, and on the left there you see the incident between Kidd and Miller. Now this is really playing into Michael Cullen's hand, because it is now Cullen, Frank rejoining there after that hectic spin, and he will have a lot to do to get back up with the leaders. Holfeld there, a superb start from the second row, seemed to lean on Frank. Kellett on the outside seems to lean on Frank, and Frank unfortunately spun off. Michael Leonard there in 4th place at the moment, but it's Burns in 2nd, Holfeld 1st, and Gordon Kellett 3rd. But look at the way the Peugeots are hanging on to the Cosworths in these conditions.
Well, it's very greasy out there. They're all on slick tyres, and this gives the little front-wheel drive Peugeots quite an advantage. And there's Michael Cullen leading his class. He only needs to come 6th through his class to take the championship. BARRABLE chasing him down now in 2nd place in the up to 2 litre class, but in 2nd place in the overall running that we're looking at, with John Burns and Gordon Kellett in the roll plug car having a mighty battle.
And we're back with BARRABLE in the in-car camera. You can see there Brian Ward has been passed by Ken Bulge, but still Cullen through the tight turns, actually dabbing on the brakes there because the Cosworths losing grip, and Holfeld at the moment has made a superb break. This is the battle for 2nd place. Burns at the moment a car length from Gordon Kellett, dabbing on the brake there. Everybody pussyfooting at the moment until they get used to the conditions. Wipers flying there. A thin spray of rain, that light fine rain. Plenty of water on the track, but not waterlogged at the moment. Leonard there in 4th, Bulger in 5th, and look, BARRABLE still holding on to Cullen. There's no problem with BARRABLE here as far as the championship's concerned for Michael Cullen, but Cullen, I'm sure, can't believe his chances here when he saw in the background both of the red Peugeots, the main people, and coming into Lodge again. It is Burns and Kellett just swapping a little bit of paint there. Kellett on the outside line, which is the difficult line, just hanging in there, trying to hold that 3rd place, when he just gives a dart on the throttle there, 2 wheels on the grass.
In replay, we see this incident again from the high camera. A very hairy stuff indeed as the 2 Cosworths lean on each other going into the Lodge hairpin. Absolutely side by side. And this is where Kellett gets the hammer down and just manages to get the nose, but he's got no room there. He's right on the grass, yet he doesn't give up. He holds on.
We're back with BARRABLE again on the way up, and believe it or not, that is David Kidd, who has just come back up from the back of the field after spinning off on the opening lap, and he has passed BARRABLE. He is now 2nd in the Peugeot class, and the white car in front is Michael Cullen. So Kidd obviously his sights set. He can't win the championship by beating Cullen on the road, but he could win the class, and this is what he has in his mind.
And skipping ahead again, we see this is just what Michael Cullen's doctor didn't order, because Cullen wants to keep out of trouble, wants to keep out of any scraps. He doesn't want any sudden jolts through contact with the car. He hurt his neck the last time he was out, and really he wants to keep away from this situation. Holfeld, meanwhile, absolutely dominating this event. He did a suspension mod to the Cosworth, which has obviously very much worked, and here's this battle for the up to 2 litre class.
Yes, and they're going down to the quickest part of the circuit, that double apex at Bridgestone. You can see the water there lying in the sand trap, so you know exactly what the conditions are like out there. Just scrambling for grip as they go up the hill towards the S's, and Cullen still holding that middle of the road line. He will fight all the way. If it comes to the situation where he thinks he may be taken off, I would think Michael might just bow out and let David Kidd through, but he will have to get to that situation, and Kidd still has a lot to do. Again, using the centre of the road. Kidd not close enough, but if he goes up the outside, he may be able to come across the back of Michael Cullen. and get himself a slingshot. But again, Cullen holding that inside line and protecting his first place. Holfeld, meanwhile, up front seems to have a fairly easy drive. He's pulling away because, remember, the battle was really for second place in the background, which was Burns and Kellett the upper hand at the moment.
And Holfeld on his last lap now, just coming up to lap the other O'Rourke, and he really has totally dominated this race. You see the Cosworth gluing on extremely well in these wet conditions, so a tremendous performance. But that is Michael Cullen out on his own. David Kidd has spun off somewhere, and that really clinches the championship. But the race is about to be clinched by Helmut Holfield.
Yes, and a superb drive for Helmut in these conditions. Remember, all of that horsepower trying to keep it on the road in these conditions as he comes down to the checkered flag. He said he was out for fun, but he's now had a win. So second place will be Gordon Kellett, but this is the real champion. A superb drive, given a little bit of help by David Kidd and Miller and that nonsense, but by finishing here first in his class, he is also the overall Group N champion.
So there he is, Michael Cullen, the Dunlop champion. But first today, Helmut Holfield, followed by Kellett, Burns, Leonard and Bolger.
I think, Alan, every time we talk here, and I'm on first place up there, it's raining. I don't know whether the rain suits me or not, but I did get a fantastic start. I came down here to win the race today. I've done that. I don't know what the point situation will be now between Gordon and myself. It will depend on whoever put in the fastest lap, I would imagine.
Well, on a quick calculation, I think you may have got the over 2 litre class.
Well, then you're the first to tell me. Thank you.
But the overall champion is Michael Cullen. I'm sure everybody will say you really deserve this one, Michael.
Well, I at the start of the season, I set myself the goal of winning this championship. 2 months ago, it didn't look likely. I'm over the moon. Joe Murray and Ken Plant from Murray Motorsport did a super job. The car was absolutely superb. And when I got back into it there a couple of weeks ago, the car was bang on the pace. It's a credit to them. They deserve the win.
And the only one we have to feel sorry is Mrs. Cullen, because that's another championship trophy to polish.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll keep her busy.